Solo Leveling Season 2 is here, and man, this season is just great. And look, I got no hate at all towards Season 1. I think it's actually really good, but Season 2 is just on a completely different level. Before we get into it though, I want to thank y'all for 1,000 subscribers. I don't know if I'm going to make a special video or anything, but I've been doing this for 2 years now, and it's just crazy that we're finally here. Anyway, this season of Solo Leveling kicks off with the big red gate in a snow biome full of dark elves and polar bears. And no, I'm not talking about big white girls, I'm talking about big old polar bears with ice mohawks. And of course, the man leading the pack of adventurers to beat these beasts is a bum. There really ain't no other way to put it. Just like every other hunter in this show, this dude is beyond greedy and leaves everyone else who's even sorta weak to die. And surprise, surprise, this dude gets absolutely obliterated in nanoseconds. It really should have just happened off screen. Even that would have been more respectful than what happened. But the real meat of episode 1 and 2 is Jinwoo's fight with the elves, and this is also the first time we see him using Arise. And we're gonna talk about it later, but this ability is so OP, man. Like, I get he only gets 3 chances, but with how much plot armor he gets, he's basically gonna get all the OP ones anyway, so like, it really doesn't matter. And this includes that bum that thought he was the group leader earlier, but in episode 2, there's another common trope that we begin to see with Jinwoo, and it's his insane level of aura farming. Now, when you hear that term, you might be thinking, is this grown-ass man really saying aura farming? But we also might be thinking of the greats, like Piccolo, maybe Killua, Gojo, Guts. Well, sorry to tell y'all, but Jinwoo clears all of them. Throughout these episodes, Jinwoo shows some next level aura hogging by literally letting people die just so when he finally steps in to save them, his aura can be even muskier. And speaking of musk, I swear to God, the author is playing into this because Cha Hae-in, the love interest, apparently thinks every other hunter stinks like shit. And she walks by and she smells his aura and starts sniffing him up and down. And I have no clue why this scene needed to be included when we literally skipped over half of the Tower of Hell floors, but hey, let them cook, I guess, what do I know? But now, I want to talk about episode 5, and most importantly, episode 6, which is why I made this video in the first place. In episode 5, we get introduced to a new party of adventurers, and don't even get on me about not knowing their names, cause I've read a million manhwa and I cannot be bothered. Throughout the story, this is probably my favorite party Jinwoo's in, even though Jinwoo did sneak in as a ore collector, cause like, no spoilers, but even later on, it kind of feels like, well, solo leveling, so this is one of the only times I really cared about his party. But anyway, this party, including Jinwoo, fight some ogres, which was kinda light work because the aura farmer, or should I say the ore farmer, secretly weakened them while everyone else was fighting for their life. But one of the reasons I like this party is cause the mage hides it, but the whole time she was sitting there like, man, this dude is not slick. You about as invisible as putting on camouflage in Halo 3. I see your ass. Which kinda killed me cause the biggest weakness of aura farmers is someone calling out that they're not mysterious, they're just socially awkward, which Jinwoo definitely fits that description. Dude is low-key weird as hell, like, yeah bro, we see the invisibility, you cool man, you dope. But the party gets stuck because the gate got locked by the evil ogre boss, Kargalgan, and besides the statue, this is probably the first real boss in the show, and the anime did not hold back, bro. This was an amazing fight. If you haven't watched episode 6, go watch it, cause you don't want to miss it while it's still hyped up. Bro, the entire episode was Jinwoo just flexing for 20 minutes straight. This dude summoned an entire army of them shadow puppets and just let everyone else sit back and glaze him. It got so crazy, they had to summon the entire Hunter Association and other S-rank hunters, including that love interest, just to make sure he could get glazed to the maximum level. And it also seems like the animators for this episode understood the glazing assignment, because the entire episode had like anime movie level of animation. Every time a spell was cast or like Jinwoo really did anything at all, I just saw straight dollar signs and pure talent, bro. I gotta tell you, I didn't know A1 Pictures had that dog. No, you know what? I didn't know they had that beast in them. And as far as the story goes, if I was Kargalgan, I might have just burnt myself alive after Jinwoo tanked that meteor, because at that point, you should just know you're gonna be a shadow slave for eternity. And I don't want to hear no excuses for this bald-headed buck-tooth ogre, because this dude apparently knew what Jinwoo's necromancer ability was. And hopefully, we're gonna find out in the next few weeks how he knows, but for now, if you enjoyed and want to see my end of series review, please subscribe to the channel because that is the end of the video. Also, let me know in the comments how y'all feel about the season so far, because to be honest, for me, it's been like a 10 out of 10 so far. It's 100% better than the first season. Anyway, like the vid, sub, appreciate y'all, deuces.